Well, we are present in the polo ground in Shillong, where Scorpions played the Wind of Change back in 2006, and today we are witnessing similar winds of change in Meghalaya. The BJP is projected to, rise its seat share from 2 to at least 6 and above. So the BJP's goal was always to establish its party, and they've already time and again stated that their goal is to establish its base in Meghalaya. So that is what they are trying to achieve, and also to increase its leverage, whoever forms the single largest party. Well, as far as the NPP is concerned, the Conrad Sangma has earlier stated that whoever puts out the interest of the Northeast, they will be able to form a post-poll alliance. They will be with similar like-minded parties. And as far as we know, that there are reports that the Chief Minister had a meeting with even Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma 2 days back in a Radisson Blu hotel. So these are indications that there is going to be very interesting developments coming in from Meghalaya after the post-poll, because not a single party will be able to form the absolute majority as per the projections are concerned. But today is the result day. Everything will be cleared, and there will be a reality check for all the parties individually. The TMC had heavily invested and done a massive campaign in Meghalaya. Yeah. Mamata Banerjee, Abhishek Banerjee all came here to campaign, and they had run a massive campaign. But if you look at the projected numbers, they also failed to secure a majority or even better numbers than the NPP.
Okay.
So things are going to get
let me tell our viewers the initial trends have started coming in. Before I go across to our guests and also our colleague Tanushri on ground, the initial trends that we have so far. Tripura, you've got the maximum number of trends, and right now BJP is at 16, Tripura Motha is at 2. 18. BJP plus is at 16 and Tripura Motha is at 2 out of the 18 leads that we have so far.
So this is BJP and its partner, the IPFT, the Indigenous Population Party of Tripura. The Tripura Motha was expected to put up some sort of a resistance because it's got a good following with Bugabra, the king, actually having a sway over the tribals. So this is sort of expected, but this is much larger than what the polls had predicted, the exit polls had predicted. Yeah.
But these are only leads so far. So we have 18 leads and trends for BJP plus. In Nagaland, BJP plus is at 4.
It's a one-way contest.
Okay. Meghalaya, we've got just 2 leads so far. NPP is at 1 and the BJP is at 1. Yeah. This contest is going to be very important for the Congress and the TMC. Yeah. The local parties, of course, are the ones who are very strong. Yeah. But it's the so-called mainland parties and their performance, which is going to be something to watch out for. Absolutely. Let me get in our guests as well. Pratim Ranjan Bose, senior journalist, joining us along with Dr. Kaustubh Kumar Deka, assistant professor at Dibrugarh University. Shehzad Poonawala, spokesperson of the BJP. Sunil Kalai, president of the Tripura Employees Federation. And Nilanjan Das, political analyst. I want to start with you, Dr. Deka. This time around, in Tripura especially, do you think that parties like the Congress and the TMC have got any chance? Or is it just going to be a two-way contest between Tripura Motha and the BJP?
It seems to be so because, if you see the issues that both the parties have picked up, BJP has very carefully, in fact, combine the issue of development with that of indigenous rights, because Tripura Motha, the whole issue was about the indigenous people of Tripura and for the tribes of Tripura especially, and how BJP has very, Tripura Motha in a way. So, I mean, that's the trend we see in all the states basically. It's a development on one hand and also the identity issues on the other hand.
But
so they have gone for a twin plank in a way.
Okay, so a lot of the exit polls seem to give 14 plus seats to the Tripura Motha. In case that happens, Pratim Ranjan Bose, do you foresee any kind of alliance? Because there was talk about how Pradyut Debbarma is going to meet Amit Shah in Delhi soon after polling had gotten over. He, of course, denied those rumors. He's been very adamant that he wants a written assurance on a separate Tripura land. If there is a need for the BJP to shore up their numbers, could there be an alliance?
Yeah. Let's put it this way. This is the first election in Tripura where the tribal parties are sort of exercising their muscle. They have come into prominence. If you notice, all Tripura elections, tribal vote was always important. Yeah. But post-election calculus, if you see, then they are not even number 3, number 4 somewhere in the also rants. So this is the first time that they are into prominence. They will, whether, whosoever comes to power, they will leverage, they will have a lot of leveraging power. Having said that, let's look at what is Tripura Motha's stated goals. First, it is a completely democratic movement. Unlike in the past, Tripura have witnessed many. These demands are not new, by the way. These are same demands that is going on. If in the last election, IPFT was practically, they were campaigning for Tripura land. So you just go back from 1993 accord to, it's all the same. This
wants to stand for the voice of tribals. It reflects poorly on the Congress and the TMC that a third front or a third party had to emerge to reflect those voices.
Absolutely. No, actually, if you look at the history of Tripura, the Congress always used them as accelerators in the election. In the heydays when the Congress was strong, they would have an alliance with TUJ, Tripura Upjati Juba Samiti, the youth of the tribals, and the TNV, the Tripura National Volunteers. Now, it is for the first time after the IPFT tasting success with the BJP last time that Pradyut Burman has said, no, then I can try and make it an independent force. Right? Last time was the first success of a tribal force in getting to government, a part of government, and therefore it inspires or motivates another leader to carve it off as a separate entity. So that seems to be the real political experiment in Tripura.
Okay, more trends coming in right now. We've got 23 trends right now in Nagaland, in which BJP Plus is at 17, NPF is at 6. In Meghalaya, we've got 25 trends so far. And in that, NPP is at 14, Congress is at 2, BJP is 5, and others are at 4.
Now, here's the fascinating part about Meghalaya. You see, NPP right now looks to be a big gainer. Both the NPP and BJP have been similar in their strategies. NPP has drafted at least 17 contestants from other parties seeking to expand its base, and so has the BJP. So BJP's target is like at least 9 or 10. The NPP was trying to target something like 25, okay? It seems to be doing reasonably well in the strategy. What this means is, if these sort of trends continue, you might just need an NPP-BJP government or just an NPP with the support of smaller parties. So the entire gamble that Mr. Conrad Sangma played in splitting out with the BJP, both of them even accusing each other of corruption during the election campaign, but trying to stand out separately, might have just paid through.
For the NPP.
For the NPP. But the BJP, as I said, the target was 10. They are not doing bad. They are at 9 right now.
No, but the BJP would not want the kind of situation where the NPP forms a government on its own.
Absolutely. They would not want the situation, but you see, Mr. Conrad Sangma has turned out to be an experienced player. So he's done nearly the same things that the BJP does in terms of social outreach, in terms of breaking barriers with other parties' candidates.
Okay, let me quickly go across to Tanushree. I think she's joining us now from Kohima. Tanushree, the initial trends that we have so far, BJP Plus is racing ahead. We've got just about 1/3, just over 1/3 of the trends so far, 23 out of 60 trends, and BJP Plus is at 17. What are the initial reactions you're picking up? Tanushree, over to you.
Well, certainly you see over here that I have been in Kohima. I have spoken to several people, and it is said that the CM phase, according to the NDPP and the BJP, is going to be Nephew Rio, because he has served as a CM for 4 tenures. This is going to be his 5th tenure, and they're very confident. BJP is very confident. Yesterday also, when I spoke to certain BJP leaders over here, they were very confident of the win. Also, the NDPP are very confident of their win, and they say that, if you see in Nagaland, one thing is there's no opposition. So these two parties would be forming an alliance. Even the exit polls had stated that. So they would be forming an alliance. That is what the exit poll had showed. And that is what the sources are also saying, that they would be forming an alliance. They would be working for the development of the state. They would be working towards the women empowerment. Also, they would be working towards what you say is the peace talks. I spoke to locals, and locals said that, with the BJP coming in alliance with the NDPP, what the locals have benefited is from the central schemes, be it the Jal Yojana, be it the PM Awas Yojana, everything. The locals are also very happy with the alliance, because they say that they're benefiting from the central schemes. So why not have the NDPP in alliance with the BJP, because then they are getting the central schemes. Also, the state is working towards further development, the infrastructure, be it women empowerment.
All right. So the trends that we have, very interesting story coming out here, and let me bring in Shehzad Poonawala and Tehseen Poonawala on this. Jay, 48 leads that we have.
And the BJP already claiming the halfway mark. 30.
So far. Let's not call it yet, but 48 trends and BJP plus is already at 30.
Yeah.
Congress plus is at 8. And Tripura Motha
this is the new entrant.
10. The new entrant. Yeah. And the TMC is still at 0. This should be, by the way, last time around, if I'm not mistaken, when they had contested, they had lost their deposit. Yes. TMC in practically all of the seats that they had contested.
No, even the Congress has seen a revival.
But this time they had really given a massive push, at least in Tripura.
Absolutely. Now, what has happened is, actually, Tripura Motha has more or less reconstructed the old base of the Congress, the Congress plus TUJ, the Tripura Tribal Juba Samiti. So, the TMC has actually not found a face to lead it politically there. Mr. Pradyut Dev Burman is from the old Congress mold. He is still a face. TMC still doesn't have a face.
But the 2019 election of the Congress was led by Pradyut in Tripura.
Absolutely.
And clearly his going away is going to impact the Congress. Shehzad Poonawala, Tehseen Poonawala. Shehzad, to you first. Will this be a worry for another regional force to emerge in a state like Tripura? Will this be a worry for the BJP? Shehzad Poonawala.
Padmaja, first of all, thank you for having me on your show, and let me take this opportunity to congratulate Tehseen, who's just become a father. But having said that, look, prior to 2018, Padmaja, BJP had 0 seats in Tripura and had a vote share of 1.5%. In 2018, we swept the state with a vote share of 43.59%. And today we are looking strong to sweep the state again. And there is a secret behind this, and that secret is divine. PM Divine, development in Northeast. This has been our slogan and our deliverables for the Northeast. Women, connectivity, development, social welfare, protecting the diversity, language, food and culture of the Northeast, and respecting and mainstreaming the Northeast. And therefore what you see with Assam as a role model, Tripura now becoming the second role model, across the Northeast, you have seen people tasting the development sent by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, where highways are being built, airports are being built, social welfare is being delivered, particularly to the women in terms of education, peace being built through various treaties and various agreements that has been done over the past few years, because of which the number of instances of militancy and other struggles have come down. And because of all this, what you've seen is that the Northeast has become a growth engine of India. And once this has been tasted, what you see is that people in the Northeast are respecting that investment of the BJP. You have had the Prime Minister visiting the Northeast 50 times. You've had a Union Minister there every 2 weeks, and this is what has led to the rise of the BJP displacing the Congress and the opportunistic alliances that they cobble up. Now look, the Congress and the left fight against each other in Kerala, but they unite in Tripura. Who is going to buy them or take them seriously? As far as the Tripura Motha is concerned, the regional party you're talking about, Padmaja, today if you see the last 7-8 years, the BJP has done maximum to protect the diversity, the cultural and indigenous tendencies of the Northeast, and to promote tribals and their interests across the country. We have had the first female tribal president of this country. For the first time, tribals are enjoying rights that they never had. We have spent huge amounts of money to develop tribals, to give them education and to give them connectivity. And therefore, I don't think that the kind of hype that is being made about this third entrant will actually deliver in that many results. And even on the tribal dominated seats, you will see the BJP sweeping and doing well, just like we've done well in Gujarat and other parts of the country.
All right, since you spoke about inclusivity and tribal rights, remember that Meghalaya was one of the seats where one of the states where a lot was spoken about, how tribal rights are going to be kept secure. Rahul Gandhi campaigned here and he said the BJP and the RSS want to cast you in the mold of their Hindutva politics. I am over here to tell you that your traditions and your culture are going to be kept safe. Meghalaya is also a place where, by the way, the Trinamool Congress and the Congress had a go at each other. Mamata Banerjee campaigned here, Rahul Gandhi campaigned here, and Derek O'Brien on the 22nd incidentally tweeted a picture of both the rallies saying, look, Congress rally, nobody turned up. No wonder they are so upset with us. Now, Okay, NPP and the BJP are going to join hands. Big surprise. Seems almost certain, but hold on a second. We've just got news coming in. And the news is that Conrad Sangma will be in Tura, his hometown. Sources close to him have told us that he will wait for the leads and decide whether to proceed to Shillong. He is, of course, facing a tough challenge in his own home constituency from Bernard Marak, and both of them, of course, have a history as well, Bernard Marak and Conrad Sangma. But before that, before you tell us about NPP, I want to just take a moment over here. Tehseen Poonawala, before we take a word from you, heartiest congratulations. He's just had a son. Many congratulations to you, Tehseen, from everyone here. What a great day. What a great way. And I have to say, you're very committed, Tehseen, to be coming here on Results Day when you just had a baby. First thoughts over here about the performance of Congress.
So I'm doing this from the hospital, just to tell you. But yeah.
Well, thank you for taking
Thank you. So Tripura, I agree. There's not much to disagree today with the BJP on Tripura. And you know, when Pradyut, this will be interesting, when Pradyut left the Congress, he met me over coffee, and I was trying to talk to the top Congress leadership to not allow Pradyut to go. And very interesting, Pradyut left at a time, and he predicted this. He said, look, I will leave in 2023, I will be the main opposition player. This is over coffee, he tells me. And he says, look, the Congress is going to do an alliance with the left, and it's going to give the Congress some gains for some time, but completely destroy the Congress. And the person because of whom Pradyut left, the Congress party, leader from Goa, is no longer in the Congress. He ditched the Congress and went to the BJP.
But what does that say about the Congress's leadership, Tehseen?
Well, you know, I spoke for Pradyut. I spoke to anyone and everyone that mattered. He's a friend of mine. I've spent a lot of time with him, and I'm very happy for him. But I feel bad that the Congress is...
with the greatest of respect, Tehseen, most of the people you call friends are now in the BJP at this rate. At this rate, you'll be sitting with Shehzad Poonawala by the time 2024 comes around.
No, I won't, but it feels...
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you. There's news just coming in. Let's just focus on Nagaland for a second. Meghalaya for a second. Because the leads, 46 leads and trends, 22 for NPP, Congress.
Both the parties were growing. Now, one thing is clear. They have edged out the smaller parties, the UDP, the Hill State People's Party. It's very clear it's going to be a coalition between these two, and both of them have grown from what their previous base was.
Okay,